It's me again for another Volcanology video, and it's the second video of the day, considering I've literally got back about just over an hour ago, so yeah. Here we go, with the news for the day. Not the news, I've just done the news, and I'm uploading it to YouTube now, as I'm recording this video. So yeah. Here's today's ology video that I printed out at uni but didn't actually film at uni. So yeah, here we go with the ology video and today's ology video is Volcanology, which is a scientific study of volcanoes and like volcanic phenomena. And it can also be spelled like volcanology. And it's like a discipline of geological science that is concerned with all aspects of volcanic phenomena. It kind of details the formation, distribution and classification of volcanoes, as well as with the structure and the kinds of material ejected during an eruption, such as like pyroclastic flows, lava, ash, dust, and like the gases that come out of volcanoes. And it involves the research relationship between like the volcanic eruptions and other large-scale geological processes such as plate tectonics, mountain building and like earthquakes. And like one of the chief objectives of the research is determining the nature and causes of the volcanic eruptions for the purpose of forecasting their eruption occurrences. Another practical concern is the volcanology securing data that may aid in locating commercially viable deposits of ores, particularly in those that contain like sulfide minerals. And it's like the interest in like volcanic phenomenons extend back to like in ancient times. It can extend back to like the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, which was recorded in like a lot of detail by Pliny the Younger. And the studies of volcanoes, however, was not conducted systematically until like 19th century or 1800s. And since then, volcanology has become an important branch of physical geology. Specialists in the field using the principles and methods of geophysics and geochemistry, and the tools of seismology and geodesy, have obtained much knowledge for processes that occurred within the Earth's interior. And volcanologists work, to say the least, in a very exciting and interactive world. So yeah. Next, when talking about the volcanology career, someone called Robert Tilling can state that the present is the key to the past, in a sense we're detectives trying to decipher clues that rocks tell us. Another volcanologist called Hahn says that being a geologist is kind of like putting together pieces of a puzzle, and like both geology and volcanology are very investigative types of works. There are new things waiting to be discovered constantly in the scientist's application of these discoveries, so everyday life is never ending. Richard Fisk probably states it's best when he says once you get started in volcanoes, become a junkie. The earth is changing and you're trying to outfox it, understand its past activity and predict what it's likely to do in the future. And like a lot of my kind of thing there as a volcanologist works consists solely of exciting adventurous work, like on like a eruption volcano, but that can be seen as wrong. Well, for most of volcanologist's work, is done studying the remains of either the dead or dormant volcanoes, or by monitoring current present volcanoes that may be active or reawakening, as some people may call it. And basically the goals of volcanology are to understand how and why volcanoes erupt, also their eruptions and their history and the impacts on the history of Earth, and how they affect humans and their environment. And it's also important for the volcanologists to be able to interpret and publish or present their findings in such a way that is easy for the general public to understand, because they can kind of aim it at us, kind of thing. And essentially volcanology can be divided into like 4 different groups of study. First is physical volcanology, which is study of the actual processes and deposits of volcanic eruptions. And they basically gather data through this type of study that gives volcanologists information about where and how volcanoes are likely to erupt, especially if nobody has seen them presently active. Now, an active volcano is one that erupts every so often, like with maybe a few years at most, possibly erupting at most between each one. Now, collecting the data it can be very time consuming, and mapping out the distribution of the rocks that make up the volcano, as well as like the chemical and dating analysis of like the samples. Now, and lead scientists to information concerning volcanoes past. Secondly, there's geophysicists, which mainly deal with the volcanic seismicity, gravity and magnetics. Third is geophysical volcanology, volcanologists who look at the changes in the shape of the Earth in correlation to ground deformation that occurs in volcanic eruptions. And lastly, there's geochemists, who deal with the makeup of the Earth as well as volcanic products such as the gases that are emitted through eruptions. Next, a volcanologist is a geologist who studies like volcanoes and volcanic activity. And like in ancient societies around the world, this is common practice to make human sacrifices to the god, as people believe that it would prevent volcanoes near villages from erupting. And it's like today, a lot of people know better than to just kill someone or something to the gods to kind of stop a volcano from erupting, as a volcano erupts whether you want it to or not. And so like when you're employed as a volcanologist, you're employed by the government, universities and like other research institutes to visit active and dormant volcanoes around all around the world, and the goal is to collect physical samples and data which is to be analysed in labs. And by studying the volcanic rock ash and debris, you can get like data about seismic activity, atmospheric gases and geological compositions, and set to understand why and how volcanoes erupt and to predict when and where they'll erupt, so you can protect populations that live near that volcano. Right now, what you do as a type of volcanologist is up to you. And yeah, volcanologists are like some of scientists' most adventurous researchers, travelling some of the planet's more remote places, to say the least. as volcanologists strive to kind of understand volcanoes and like the volcano itself. And when Lorraine Fields watched the Nyamugera volcano in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, said that the noise and heat from the eruption was like an assault on her senses. And to see the eruption, she had flown to Rwanda for driving 180 kilometers or 111 miles to the politically unstable Democratic Republic of the Congo, and then tracks about 8 kilometers more or 5 miles through the hot and humid rainforest. And like now, their current life couldn't be any more different from the decade before. Like the decade before the event, when she was working at the desk job in England somewhere, and she used to be the mobile tele manager contracts manager for a mobile telecom infrastructure company. And just about that time when she started studying geology with the Open University, when she was made redundant and all that. So she thought it was an opportunity and went back to study at university full time. And she originally intended to be a career break development into a dream career after getting like a bachelor's degree in geology from Durham University. And she completed a PhD at Bristol University, aged 47, and now works for like the British Geological Survey. She says that studying volcanoes has changed her life, and she's got a better understanding of the Earth and Earth that we live on. So yeah. That's gonna be the end of the video today. So yeah, I'll see you all very soon. And yeah. Au revoir.